Hi everyone, Clayton Luther, and for today's how-to video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to change the oil in my girlfriend's 2002 Ford Focus. I believe that knowing how to change your oil is a great way to save money. It's pretty fun, and literally you can save 15 to 20 bucks every single time you change your own oil. So I think it's something that everybody should know how to do, and it's fairly simple, and I think after you watch this video, your eyes will be pretty easy for you too. So I'm going to round up some parts and I'm going to get some stuff ready, and I will be back with you guys in a sec. So I got a good idea of the stuff you will probably want once you start up this kind of project. And I have a big oil pan to catch all the oil when you take the oil drain plug out, a small oil pan to catch all of the oil that falls out when you grab the oil filter out, and check with your local O'Reilly's or any auto parts store and find the correct oil and oil filter for your type of vehicle. Also, for this vehicle, I would recommend a oil filter wrench because sometimes they're usually pretty loosely on there, but sometimes they're hard to get off. And also it got a 13mm ratchet, socket and ratchet, and that's what will get the oil drain plug out. And it's always nice to have a filter or a funnel for when you're putting the new oil in. And also gloves if the car is still warm or if you've driven it recently, because sometimes the oil that comes out when the car is still warm will be fairly hot. So just warning you there. And the first step that I would always recommend to everyone is to come up here right in your engine bay and find your oil cap. And the oil cap in this car happens to be right here. And always take the oil cap off first, because when you take the drain plug out, all the oil will flow through much easier. And I did it already to save some time, but I have the car jacked up. And always replace the jack with a jack stand. You always want your car in a jack stand, but if you have a truck or an SUV that's large enough just to slide underneath, sometimes you don't even have to jack the car up. So I'm gonna crawl underneath and find the filter for you guys and find the plug, and I will be back with you in a sec. Hey guys, as you can see now, I'm on the ground, just about to slide under the car on the side that is already jacked up off the ground. And as you can see, I slid the larger oil pan under there for once I locate the drain plug, and also bring your 13mm ratchet to loosen up the bolt to take the plug out. So I'll slide underneath and I'll show you right in front of the car on this one is the oil filter. So that's when I'll bring the oil filter wrench up here, but it actually might be a little hand loose already. Yep, see, as you can see, you can just loosen that up right there. And as we move back here, you will see, sorry, it gets kind of cramped underneath here. There is the oil pan. And right on the back side of the oil pan, you can see this bolt right here. And I have the bucket right here, so it's right underneath where all the oil is about to come out. So then you take your 13mm socket and you place it right on top of that bolt, and you break it loose. And once it's broken loose, you slide the pan under and you twist this off with your fingers. I don't know, sorry if it's kind of hard for you guys to see. My hand's gonna get covered with oil, but that's all right. And it might take 15 or 20 turns. Okay, it's about to come out, so I pull the plug. And as you can see, it's draining all of the old oil straight down into the oil pan. So I'll let you guys sit there and take a look at that for a second. And as that is draining, you can also go grab the smaller oil pan and take out your oil filter. And I will pause this and I will go do that for you guys right now. I will be right back. Well, this is the oil filter that I got from my local auto parts store. You just have to go up to the counter, tell them the year, make, model of your car, and they will know exactly what kind of oil you'll need and exactly what kind of oil filter you will need. So here is the replacement one. But before you put the replacement one on, there's this little rubber gasket on top of the oil filter right here. And you always want to lube that up a little bit with just a tiny, teeny tab of your brand new oil. So like that, I put a little oil on there, spilled them on the floor, but that's all right. And you just want to lube up the threads on the inside and all that rubber fitting right there, just so it gets a nice snug fit once you get back under there. So then you take your new oil filter, you go back over to your car, and you slip yourself back under there pretty quick. And you find exactly where the old one was. And I took a rag and actually cleaned it up a little bit. And even if it's still dripping a little tiny bit, that's all right. But you're gonna take your new filter, find the threads, and thread that new baby right on. And leave it like that, and hand tight should be pretty good to start out with. And now that we're under there, you can see right over there that that's pretty much done dripping. So once that's all done dripping, you go back over, and here is the drain plug. You go to the back of the oil pan again where a little oil is still dripping out, and you just screw that baby right back in. And you can get it pretty much hand snug, so it only takes a couple cranks with your ratchet to get it back on properly. There we go, that's pretty snug. We're gonna have to flip the ratchet around. Old oil pan out of the way, and you can tighten that baby up just snug. And yep, so new oil filter, drain plug back in, and next we'll be replacing the oil. So be right. Now comes the time that everyone likes to see. It's putting your brand new golden brown oil back into your car. So I come over back to our spot where our little tools are, and you grab the good old trusty green funnel. And where you took the oil cap off, about the first step, you take the funnel, you stick it right in there. You'll come back over here. This is about 5 quarts of beautiful oil. That's exactly what this car is looking for. So I will slowly start to pour it in the funnel. And you can just see how pretty that oil is compared to that old grungy crap we just took out. And folks, while this is pouring in, the one thing I'd like to say is this is really key to having a long-lasting vehicle. Just always change your oil. It cost me $31 to change the oil in this car, and it will make your car last so much longer. And happy car is happy you, because it'll start every single time you go out there. So, yep, and as you can see, we're just replacing the oil. And I like to let it drain down every once in a while just to make sure that we're not overfilling it. Even though it all drained out, I know we're not going to, but it's always nice to make sure. And we will keep pouring the new oil in there. And let it drain down. There we are, there we are, there we are. All right. Got about another half quart in here probably, maybe even a quart. That's about all she's gonna take right there. There we are. All right. So now I let that just drain down for a second. Come over here, and I usually grab just any type of old towel or anything that you don't really care about getting all nasty and oily smelling. As that's draining down, I'll come back over here to the toolbox where I set the oil cap. And like on a lot of vehicles, it'll tell you exactly what kind of oil your car is looking for. So 5W20 was the specified for this vehicle. So take your oil cap, set this to the side. Take your filter, kind of dab it around in there a little bit onto your towel. Screw your oil cap back on. Boom. Oil cap. This one is just one of those little quarter half turn ones. All you got to stick it in and turn it about a half turn, quarter turn. Get all this stuff out from underneath here. And there you go. And I will go grab the jack, and we will get this car jacked back up and down on the ground, start it up, and that's fresh oil change. So this is the last and final step for changing the oil in your car. This is the side of the car that I got jacked up. So see the orange jack stand holding up. Next, we just need to get that out. So you come over here and you sneak under the car, and you can see the spot on the frame or wherever you want to call it where I put the jack stand. So you want to align your jack head with the same spot on the vehicle. I kind of missed too. Can't have that. Yeah, there we go. Now that's right under there. See, now you get constant pressure, and we'll come back here and we'll pump this until it just gets the car off the top of that jack stand. And then you just easily pull the jack stand out, and you'll twist the handle of this jack straight to the left and slowly let your vehicle back down on the ground. There we go. Pull this back out. And what I always do next is I come straight over here and I'll grab the keys. Everyone likes to fire their car up after a fresh oil change. You come in here, we'll start the car up. And as you can see, this car is actually sitting at 178, almost 79,000 miles. And the key to a long-lasting car is always oil changes. Always remember that. And your car will last you a hell of a lot longer than you think. Thank you. Hey guys, well I'm hoping that sometime in your life you'll change your own oil, and I hope that you can remember back to this video, and I hope it helps you. A lot of people don't think about doing it themselves because they don't truly know how easy it is. I use 2 tools, 2 buckets, and that's really about it. And truly, without making this video, I could get the car jacked up and done in 15 minutes, and it's gonna save you so much time. But always remember that you can change your own oil, and it's very, very easy. And if you guys have any questions or makes or models of your vehicles or how to do it, because some oil filters look different than others, please comment below or send me a message in class or through Blackboard, anything you need to do, and I will be glad to help you out. But thank you guys so much for watching this, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.